Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me get monetized. All right, so today, I guess on Rocqi's Reflections and tag with Writing by Ashley Rocqi. First, I want to say I am nowhere near an expert on marijuana, cannabis usage, okay? I'm just saying my personal experiences and what has happened or worked for me, okay? All right, so first off, I started smoking marijuana probably in college, freshman year definitely. Who knows what the hell I was smoking though, because I was on the East Coast, I was in Virginia, and it wasn't legal, so that was, you had there was a term for it. I forgot. I'm not hip to the lingo anymore. But yeah, so I started smoking back then, didn't know what I was smoking. And I didn't really pick it back up. Like I stopped after I graduated. I didn't really pick it back up until I moved to Oakland. And that was specifically because my husband smoked. So like he would be the one going out and getting the weed. Sometimes I went with him to the dispensaries because we were going to the dispensaries and not there's a term for the guy the weed guy. I'm totally blanking, but that could be pregnancy brain. I don't know. But anyways, he was the one getting the weed. And he was the one researching a lot about it too. And then he would inform me of what he found out. And again, I would be at the dispensaries with them. So I'd be learning what information they had as far as educational information on marijuana use. So that being said, we specifically discovered that we like sativa strains. Our favorite is Blue Dream. Check it out if you haven't. But sativa is more of a mind high, whereas indica, which is mostly found on the East Coast and which most people smoke anyway, which I don't understand, but it's a body high. So when you think of the lazy couch potato having the munchies, that's more indica, the body high. Whereas sativa high is a little bit different, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So when did I get to Oakland? I got to Oakland in 2016. He came in 2017. So I've pretty much been smoking sativas primarily since 2017. And during the pandemic, it definitely got to a daily usage, okay? Now, mind you, I'm a writer. I've been writing poetry since I was 13 years old. So while I'm smoking, I'm also writing, right? Now check out some of my poetry pieces. You have Manifest Realities, which is the main video. If you're new to my channel, that's the intro video, but it's also available in my playlist, Writing by Ashley Rocqi. That's also The Black Woman is God I wrote during that time. Let's see, what else did I write during that time? My poem Bi, When I Accepted Myself as Bisexual and Polyamorous, wrote when I was high. So yeah, so I was definitely writing some gems when I was high. And what smoking sativa did for me was it slowed everything down, like time. And it made everything more quiet, more still. My ability to focus heightened. And then my senses heightened too. Like I really like to go out into nature when I smoked because the colors would be brighter, the sun felt warmer. It was a beautiful experience. So I had definitely boosts of creativity as well as productivity when smoking weed, particularly sativa. And just also, if you're going to use, sativa is a day use, indica is a night use. If you use indica in the day, you are going to sleep. And that's the stereotypical use, But yeah, sativa during the day. So I was very productive and very creative. Whether that was working on my program, Manifest Realities Happiness Coaching, or having my creativity as far as my writing or painting. And for me, it also brought a heightened sense of self-awareness. I would journal a lot when I was high. I would reflect a lot. And it also it tapped me more into my spirit. It was like, it was so funny when my husband and I first started smoking sativa, again, particularly Blue Dream, we felt like the synapses of our brain opening and getting connected to different pathways and firing more. Like, we felt it. And it was like, whoa, I am thinking differently than I've ever thought before. Things are making sense that never has happened before. And I think for a long time, because we had been smoking for so long, we were like, one, are we going to be able to think this way when we're sober? And then two, are we going to be able to keep these pathways when we're sober? Are we going to still be able to think this way? I forgot what the second part is, but again, pregnancy brain. And they also say something about forgetfulness, but I've had a bad memory since I was a kid. I don't necessarily think weed has impacted it. I think I was able to remember more when I was smoking, like when I was particularly high. So I don't know, but now I have pregnancy brain, so who knows? But all that to say, so I'm pregnant and I can't smoke. And not only can I not smoke in these 9 months, I also plan to breastfeed for 2 years, which means no. And then after the 2 years is up, we're going to start trying for another baby. So I'm having a long hiatus from weed and mama is suffering. Okay. Woo, babies are worth it though. But yeah. So that being said, I have an event coming up, and the facilitator knows that I'm a writer, so she wanted me to write a poem for the event. And I was like, shit, like I haven't written poetry sober in a long time because I haven't had to. Nothing has made me required to stop smoking except for pregnancy. So like, yeah, I haven't had to be sober in order to write. So I've been using sober to enhance my tapped inness into my spirit, and I write from my spirit. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, can I do it? So then I was like, okay, well, let me set up the environment because environment helps with spirit. So I was like, let me be in a clean space. Let me have the afternoon sun streaming in. Let me be home by myself, or at least like my husband's sleeping or something. He's not making noise. So everything is still and quiet. Let me have some incense. So that way I can create the environment where my spirit awakens more easily. However, I didn't do any of that because I wrote the poem last night. I didn't do any of that. I just took a shower. And then so this is also where I'm going to talk about my writing process. So when I have certain events, like this event that's coming up, it's called the Right Within Experience with Janae Johnson. So I'm really excited about that event. And I've written for my high school graduation. One of the first poetry contests I won was a poem about a book. So I had to write about the book. So I've had some structured, structured poetry, as in like the purpose of the poem as well as the content of the poem. So what I do in that, my husband just got home, so excuse the noise. But what I do with that is I kind of jot down inspirational words, phrases, meanings, understandings, concepts. So when I'm sitting down to write, I can look back on those words and be inspired, right? So I did that for this event. So I pulled up my notes, and I just kind of let my spirit come to me. And again, I didn't even create the environment. I had just showered and that was it. Hey baby, doing a long form content. You're good. But yeah, so I just sat down, looked at my notes, and allowed my spirit to come. And it came. And I had a beautiful poem. And that was just so exciting for me. Because I was like, I haven't written sober in so long. Like, of course, when I was a child, I was writing sober. Because I was not smoking then. Was a teenager. But yeah, so I'm really excited about the poem. I will post it on my YouTube channel. Again, check out Writing by Ashley Raquel. It was once Poetry by Ashley Raquel, but your girl's about to become a published author up in this piece. So we had to change it, okay? So I'll let you know when those updates come in, okay? But, yeah, so I'll record the poem once I do that. But I'm really excited about it, and it feels like really in tune with my spirit. I don't feel like it's like, oh, this isn't my best work. Like, I feel like I did my thing on that. So I'm really excited about it. But yeah, but I did want to tell you a little bit more about my writing process. Because again, I've been writing poetry since I was 13, fiction since I was 8. So I have 2 different processes with poetry than writing or fiction. I'm going to talk about poetry. So again, it's either I have a prompt basically, and I'm writing for that prompt, or mainly it's my spirit. And it's interesting because like when you look up the flow state, that's when you're most connected to your spirit. You're released from like the just problems of this human world that we've created. And it's just like you're tapped into something deeper, something more ethereal. And if you watch the movie Soul, they talk about the flow state and going to that different world. And actually, when I would write fiction when I was younger, I would say I would go to a different world. I would go to the other place. And it was a place within myself of complete peace. And it was a beautiful experience. I love that experience. So yeah, it's, you go to a place within yourself and you allow that piece of yourself to flow. You don't restrict it. And that's how I write. I write from my spirit, whatever my spirit is telling me and is guiding me. Now, sure, do I edit my writing? Of course, but not in that flow. I'm just trying to go from spirit out, you know? So yeah, just wanted to share a little bit of that with you. And I'm really excited to share the poem with you, so look out for that. And I think that's about it. Let me know in the comments below what kind of weed you smoke, sativa or indica, your favorite strands. Do you even know the names? Because please get to illegal states, because there is a difference. And if you are smoking sativa, how does that impact your creativity? If you're sober and you have a creative process, let me know what that process is for you. Yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And a lot of the stigma around weed is getting reduced, but I know if you're in a legal state, it's getting reduced a lot quicker. But yeah, I just thought I'd share my reflections with you with Rocqi's Reflections. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and take care of you. Peace and love.